Okay, so for the first one, let me just have my key ready to go. I think I'll just show you the key as I go through it. So for A is asking, let me try something here, right? Set A using proper notation. So it's basically all the elements, even the ones that are in that set B, they also belong to A, right? So you're supposed to have 6 of them, and they should be arranged from smallest to largest, squiggly brackets to start and to end, and a capital letter. If you want full marks, I would say all of these components need to be there. If you miss something, take off half, okay? For B, using proper notation, it's just listing these 3 elements. So for A12, you can kind of tell what the rule is. If I ever asked you, what's the rule that made up A? You can, I would say multiples of 2 maybe, multiples of 2 from 2 to 12 inclusive, or, and then B would be multiples of 4, right? From 4 to 12 inclusive, something like that. I don't see that very often, but if they ever do. Oh, I do. I do ask you that. All even numbers or all multiples of 2 is the rule that made up the property that could define set A. Set B is multiples of 4 from 1 to 12 or 4 to 12. I don't really care, but there should be some sort of multiples of 4, I think, should be stated. Next, it's asking for state the value of the complement of A. So the value, it's like how many are in there. You don't have to have the proper notation like that, but I do need to see the 6 there. Okay, so not A. How did I do that? How did I get that number? Right? I went, right, I count there's 6 here and there's 6 out there, so universal, it's in here, I know. It actually, it's up to you as long as you have a U there. Universal is 12, so not A is universal minus A, so you're left basically in this case with all of the outliers, which is 6, okay? Not B, you take the universal, take away the 3 that are in B, and you're left with 9, and some of those are outliers, right? Some of those are in A only, so 1 mark for everything. 7, true or false? My camera is not doing very good today. 7 there. So 7 is A a subset of B, that's false. Okay, A is not a subset of B. Because B is a subset of U. By the way, anything would be a subset of the universal, right? Because universal is where we draw from. Sorry. I'm mixing it up. True or false? A is a subset of B, that is false, but B is a subset of A, that is true for 8. B is also a subset of the universal, that is most definitely true. Okay, and then for 10, 10, true or false? A and B are mutually exclusive, that is false, right? What's another word for mutually exclusive? The word is disjoint. Disjoint or disjoint sets is another word for mutually exclusive. So it's a bit of a reminder of terminology here. I'm just going to go back to just doing it this way. The Venn diagram below. So what's the value of NU? So there's 3 and 2, that's 5, plus 3, that's 8, right? So 8 would be the value of the universal set. What is the value of A or B? So or what's the notation you should be looking for is that. So it's basically the 3 here and the 2 there. So we're looking at 5. Okay? Or is the union of it. Combine everything. State the formula to calculate B. Basically what I'm looking for is this. It's NU minus NB. That's what I was looking for there, NU minus NB. What is the value of the complement of B? So it's basically I'm asking for this. The complement is not B. So not B is 8 minus 2, right? So we're left with 6. 6 elements are left when you take away B. It's basically what's happening. So have a mark out of 15, either top or bottom of this page. Okay, and then you're gonna have them in together with the other one. So let's go to that other one. So there's that. Now we have this one. So this is part 2 if you want to have a little heading for that. So the notation, before I do this, I tend to go to my Venn diagram and I fill in the numbers, right? So set S, I add up 15, 1 and 1 and 2, that's 19. F is everything that's in this circle, so 40 and 20 is 60, plus 3 is 63. T is 60, 80, 83. Okay, you have that. Figure out your universal. And I'll show you a quick way that I like to do. I cover up one of them. So this is 19. All of this adds up to 19. So I cover it up. I grab my calculator. I go 19 plus 60, 20, and 40. Okay. Why do you do it that way? It's 120. I know it. Yeah, I know. 139. What am I missing right now? Outliers, yes. Because that's a big temptation to just add up all of it and forget about the outliers. So it's 150 if you combine everything. Okay? No marks for this part, but it's going to help you later on. Let's go and fill in what we know. So elements not in set F, if it's just you're referring to that set, you want that. Okay, so we're going to give you half a mark for left side and half a mark for the correct right side. So if it's asking for how many are in there, not in F, you go 150 minus F, which is 63, right? So that you end up with 87. So 87 is the number that's supposed to go in here. If you just have the number, I'm fine with it today. Okay. Elements in set S or F. So really, we're looking at the union. So the number of elements in that union is, I'm going to show you down on the Venn diagram. Let's use a highlighter for that. S or F. So you're just focusing on those two sets and you add up all the sections that are in there. I'm just going to tell you again. I'm going to go 19 plus 60, right? So that's 79. Supposed to be 79. Okay. If you want to highlight this, same color. Both T and F. So T and F, that's intersection. So we go and find that intersection. So where is T intersect F? It is right here. This is the intersection of T and F. So there's 22 in there. Okay. 1 second here. I'm making an adjustment. There are 22 in there. So number of elements in that intersection is 22. Okay. I'm going to highlight that with the same color. If you're following, then you know where I got that from. Elements in a universal set, that's just set U, and U is already established, that's 150. Element in S, but not in set F. So that would be S, not F. So how you do that one, I'm going to go to my diagram, and it's just talking about those two sets, right? So it's really just this part right here. Like if you think of the two here, it's just asking for, right, this is S, not F right here. So it's 16. Okay, in this case it's 16. Next is all three sets, so you unite them all, S, F, and T, right? So they should all have the union, and so the number of elements in all of them. Okay, there are at least two ways of doing this. You add up everything, or my favorite way is, if you know the universal, you go universal minus the outliers. So you should get 139 regardless of how you did it. But if I know the outliers and I know universal, this is the fastest way of doing it. Elements not in S and F. How would you do that? S and F is this, but you don't want that. So either go bar or a little tick, right? So elements not in either one. Again, I will go universal when it's not, right? Universal minus what's in that region. S and F is 3, correct? So we're going to go minus 3, so we're left with 147. If we take away those elements that are in that intersection. If you have another color, perhaps we can just say, right, that this is the 3 that I take away here. I don't know if that helps you, but that's how you do that one. So 13 marks for this page because it was always half here, half there. And for this half, all I need is the number really for today, for the right side. If you just have the correct number, I am fine with it. And obviously you need to have the correct notation on the left side. So this is out of 13. Just do them separately. 15, 13, so have both totals separate. Both of them should have name on it. Names